The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Time to catch up with I think acting legend. I don't want to go over the top. We know him and fell in love with him as Colin Frissell on Love Actually. And then he went on to play D.I. Humphrey Goodman on Death in Paradise. That character then moved from the Caribbean to England and is in a show called Beyond Paradise. The third season is happening right now. And he joins us, Kris Marshall. Hello.
Good morning. Lovely to be here.
Humphrey Goodman is just a classic character
That's
name.
That's a great name to start off with.
Yeah, it's a good name. The clue's in the name. He's a good man.
Yeah.
Detective Humphrey Goodman. What type of detective? Because you're a detective, obviously. Beyond
Detective
Paradise.
Inspector, D.I.
Sorry, Detective Inspector. What type of research did you have to do going into this role to be a detective?
Just 5 years in the police force, you know. Not too much. I think he's a slightly untoward police officer, so not too much in the way of research purposes. Just be crazy.
Yeah, but the best part about this, Death in Paradise, which was, I guess, the making of Humphrey.
Yes.
And then you're able to get the spin-off, which is fantastic. And this is third season in. It must have been such a great character to start with. I didn't see Death in Paradise.
Oh, it's a great show.
But then to really just morph into your own shows, bloody brilliant.
Yeah, he's brilliant as well. Also, it worked out perfectly because much as I love the Caribbean, it was 6 months in the Caribbean, and when your kids start getting a bit older and they get their own friends and stuff, they don't really want to be following their dad around the world 6 months a year. So, it was a bit of because I could play the same character and yet do it in a place where I could go home every weekend. So, it's not too far from home and it's still a very beautiful part of the world.
I mean, if you love an English village by the sea, even just the scenery of watching this show is incredible. Like, it's such a beautiful part of the world.
It's a beautiful part of the world. The weather's not too bad for the UK as well. It's very blue sea and there's some surf there as well. It's all good. It's all going on.
Yeah, I know. There's some positives. I mean, you're just talking about the fact that, having the older kids and you're not spending that time with them because you're in the Caribbean, but also you are looking at crystal blue water and you're getting around that kind of stuff. So you're like, oh, do I have to go back to the family?
Yeah. No, it's amazing. I love the sea. I'm all about the sea. I love surf and, sailing and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
I love spending my time in it and on it and under it. And, it's, and I spent some time in Perth as well. So, I'm, and around, I lived in and around Cottesloe and, it's a beautiful sea there and Devon's very similar. A little colder. But fewer sharks.
Yeah.
So what were you doing in Perth? Were you just backpacking out here, or what was the deal?
I did a sequel to a movie called A Few Best Men.
Yeah.
And did the sequel to that. It was called A Few Less Men. And we filmed in and around Perth and up in Yanchep and Lancelin and all the Geraldton, really. So I spent a lot of time. About 3 or 4 months. I have a cousin who lives in City Beach. So,
wow,
mate. I mean, like every person from the UK. I was going to ask if you had a family out here because it seems like that's just the going rate.
Yeah,
no, he's the only Brit in Perth. Yeah,
you would be.
Yeah,
and he's in City Beach.
Yeah.
I remember walking down the high street in Fremantle one day. I couldn't hear an Australian accent. They were all British and Irish.
No, it's true. It's true.
What did you do in your downtime in Perth? What did you like to do when you were here?
I did a little bit of surfing. I went across to Rottnest, spent some time over there. Went to Leederville.
Yep.
To the pub.
Yeah. Usual Brit abroad kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that
sounds like one of us.
Yeah.
I was also looking. You got a few fan pages on Instagram, and they're very into you. Of course, they're fan pages talking about how you look amazing in pink shirts. What it'd be like to go on a date with you. Have you had any unique fan experiences coming across some of your fans?
You always get sent some weird stuff. You get some interesting trinkets come over from Japan. That's quite 21. Like little waving pandas and things like that. You get some interesting stuff sent over. But generally everyone's lovely, and really sweet, and it's just a joy, to get fan mail and receive stuff like that. I try and keep up with it. I'm pretty bad, but I'm trying to keep up with it.
Oh, that's good going.
That's because you're a good man. Kris, of course, we all know that you're famous for playing Colin Frissell on Love Actually. And on that, how many times do fans come up to you and ask you to say bottle?
Oh, I mean, it depends where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, US daily.
Daily.
I mean, literally daily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually if I'm in Australia or in the UK, it involves talking about an appendage. So
Sure,
Yes.
sure, yeah.
I can see you now.
Hey, do you want to, though?
Yeah.
Turn it off.
I'm not sure if this is a positive.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
The video's working.
God, I'm on a big screen back there. Oh, my God.
Hey, look at all the screens that you can see from
Yeah.
us. Do we look like a professional radio station?
You certainly do, yeah.
Would have been more professional if we had them working from the start.
Yeah.
Kris, I wanted to ask you, I know people talk about, and Nat just mentioned Love Actually stuff, but, everyone sees it around Christmas and it's around the world and all that stuff. When you did it, I guess you sign a contract and you get paid, but when it's going to air continually for life,
right.
Forever.
do you get a $5 check every now and then, or is it done and dusted for what you've done in the past?
Yeah, I can't really comment on that. Yeah, I would say that I get a little bit here and there, but I'm pretty low down the pecking order on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone keep watching it.
I mean,
Keep
there's
watching
quite
it.
a few famous actors in there, so.
As you are.
Kris, it's a pleasure catching up with you.
Thank you.
Come back to Perth. Come and visit us for some time. We'd love
Yeah,
that.
well, I'd love to come back to the West Coast. Can't wait. I loved it over there. It's wonderful people, wonderful climate, and I love all the snakes as well.
Yeah, as do
all the
I.
do guys.
Tigers. Yeah, we got it all.
Browns, yeah. Thanks very much, guys, and please, everyone, check out Beyond Paradise exclusively on Redbox.
Yes, it is. See, Beyond Paradise Season 3 is available to stream exclusively on a bigger and better BritBox. Thank you so much, Kris Marshall. What
Thanks,
a pleasure.
Kris.
Thanks, guys.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Time to catch up with, I think we can call him a friend of the show.
Oh, I'd like to think so. He'll say otherwise, but we'd say yes.
A new season of Who Do You Think You Are premieres on... Oh, it's already on. But his episode's coming up on Tuesday on SBS. The one and only Tom Gleeson, delving into your ancestral past. Hello.
Yeah, hi there. I just thought instead of doing Ancestry.com,
Yeah.
I just use a major government-funded network
Yeah.
to do the work for me.
No, this is
They
great.
would pay me,
Yes.
and it would just be an absolute rip-off. It's the best.
Yeah, no, it's great. Well,
I mean-
it's your tax money going towards you
Yes.
paying yourself.
I just did it because I thought my mother wants to look into our family history, so I
Yes.
thought instead of me going through all the bother of going on journeys and trips with her,
Yeah.
I can just sit her down and say, here's SBS, watch it.
Yeah. And Tom, looking at the episode, this is hectic. You have convicts and thieves in your ancestry?
I mean, yeah, of course you do. Look at you.
Yeah, well, I was worried at first they wouldn't do it because on my father's side, the history's quite boring. Basically, Roger Gleeson got hungry in Ireland because there were no potatoes,
Yes.
moved to Australia. He had a son called John. John had a son called Tom. Tom's had a son called James. James had me and I'm Tom. That's it.
Short
Long line
episode.
of hungry Gleesons, nothing to really talk about. On my mother's side, oh, my God, it's just like they're a bunch of absolute rat bags. I've got so many dodgy ancestors, it's ridiculous.
Hey, Tom, was it a good feeling finding out all these stories with, the story upon story on that side of the family?
Yeah, it was exciting. I mean, because I always thought our history was boring because, I'm of the generation that my grandmother pretended that all that didn't happen.
Yes.
And
Yes.
she probably didn't get told those stories because it was something to be embarrassed about. Whereas now, like, we've got true crime podcasts.
Yes.
This is all very exciting. To find out that your ancestors could have been involved in a murder is great stuff.
Yeah, a convict pass is actually like a badge of honour these days as an Australian, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And the part that I enjoyed the most was one of my my 4 times great-grandfather, he was essentially went and chased down 2 dudes and shot them. And
Oh,
it
fun.
just sounds like the Wild West. It just sounds so exciting.
They were
yeah, wish you
baddies
could
though,
do
weren't
it.
they? They were bushrangers, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it was the good old days when you could just settle scores yourself. Well, I mean, I guess you can now, but you have to do jail time.
Sure.
It didn't seem like that in the olden days.
No.
One thing that, so Rove did this many years ago.
Yes, he did.
And around our family...
Didn't they try to stop the episode? They didn't want it to happen?
Well, there were some of my aunties and stuff were like, oh, no, because it portrays their great-grandfather in a really bad light. But that is what you're saying. That's the exciting part. I mean, times were different.
I'm not, they're different people to me. I share DNA with them.
Yes.
I mean, to be honest, I don't put too much meaning into it. I found out that one of my ancestors probably turned to prostitution for a couple of years to earn money. But luckily, in current times, that's called sex work, and I work at the ABC, and I'm told that it's a noble profession.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
That's right.
Nat?
How is your mum? No, I'm only joking.
This is great.
Yeah, it is. Did you get to go in it? Because, I mean, part of the fun of this show is that sometimes, like, you've got to go back to Ireland to uncover your Irish roots or whatever. Did you get to go anywhere?
Well, once you leave your home, you go on a journey and you don't come back. Like you don't go out and film a bit and then come home.
Yes.
Once you hit the road, you hit the road.
Do you?
And on the first day, I said, "Look, just level it with me. Don't make me carry around my passport if I don't need it." And spoiler alert, I did not need it. I did not get. I mean, I think the first place we found was like an hour away from our home, and I'm staying in a bloody motor inn on the side of the highway. And I thought, this is
it's like,
shit.
we're off to Ballarat. Great.
How long did it take then, Tom, to film?
It took about 10 days I was on the road.
Shit.
But I did not get a trip to Ireland, which was...
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've done that so many times. They're sick of talking about the potato famine, so they had to find something else.
Yeah, I mean, true. I mean, I think Sean McAuliffe got to go to Malta, didn't he?
Yeah, I know he did. And also, Sean, I saw his episode. I really enjoyed it. It was quite heartfelt. He ended up crying like a big sook, let's be honest. I did not do that.
So no tears from Gleeson. Okay, so we know what to expect.
No, I held them in. I tried really hard at one point. I was even a bit hungover. I thought, I'm right on the precipice here, but then nothing came out because I think I might be dead inside.
You think?
Yeah. Hey, Tom, what else is going on in your life? You got that many shows normally where we're talking about different things, but...
Yeah.
We are filming.
Speaking of your relative Rove McManus, he's going to be coming up in season 5 of Taskmaster.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be on air later in the year. We've already filmed it.
Yes,
and it was good fun. Tallying him up on national TV.
Yeah, so you've got Rove, you've got Joel Creasy as well, which is
Creasy.
a Nova's own.
So you're in New Zealand doing all that, weren't you?
No, I don't have to go to New
that.
Zealand. Only the contestants do.
Yeah.
I just sit in Australia and wait for them to come to me.
Yeah. Tom does it all pretty much in a weekend, don't you?
They do.
Tom,
they lock me in the studio. I get it all done in one go, and then I go home.
Tom, you are very much known for toweling up a lot of people, and we love Hard Chat. If Perth was on the guest list of Hard Chat, what are the type of things you'd be burning Perth for?
I would just be saying to Perth, thank you very much for all your GST that I like to hoover up and take back to the east.
Yeah, we do that.
Because you earn it and we spend it. That's how it works.
Oh, we know. No debate from us.
You didn't expect to actually be slightly offended, but you were, weren't you?
No, that sounds right. That sounds exactly. That's very accurate.
I'm all for it. Why not?
Well, we can't wait to delve into the Gleeson family and find out all about you on Tuesday night, SBS 7:30. Thank you so much, Tom. It's always a pleasure.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Fun article that I saw, a Sydney...
Fun.
Okay.
I don't know that fun is the right word for that.
Interesting article.
Yes, sir.
Sydney plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Banned from practicing medicine until mid-2026. So that's a significant banning.
So it's
Absolutely.
a year. He's a year out.
Yeah, a year out. And
what did he do?
Has he botched a few surgeries?
This is unrelated, but he performed a nose job on somebody who had a cardiac arrest or something like 45 minutes ago.
Oh.
And he thought that the patient would want to wake up and have the nose done, even though they had the cardiac arrest. But they resuscitated the person.
So, Shaun,
what do you
you're
mean?
most likely to need a nose job out of all of us. If you really wanted a nose job, but you had a heart attack, would you go ahead with your nose job?
This is during
of course. That's a good idea.
Just so you go under, then you have the heart attack. You don't know about it. If they woke you up and go, you've had a heart attack, you're all good now, we got you back.
And you got a brand new nose.
You haven't got it yet. Do you mind if we keep going with the nose, or do you want us to stop? They didn't get that choice.
Right, okay.
Okay, but that's unrelated to this.
So, okay, that's not why he's in trouble. Why is he in trouble?
He did get in trouble for that. But this one, he tested positive to, I'm not going to be able to pronounce all of these, but cocaine, endone, temazepam, Endep, quadripine, lidocaine, oxycodone, morphine, codeine, opiates, and benzodiazepines.
All in one hit.
I'm not sure it's all in one hit, but he did test positive to all those. So they're like, what's up? What happened? His reason for the false positive.
What he's saying is a false positive.
Yeah, well, yes, what he says is false. He had several poppy seed bagels the day of testing.
Poppy seeds is a big deal.
Or the previous day, and that was possibly the cause of it.
All of them. That meant that he tested positive for all of those.
It's a strong bagel.
So they're
heroin.
opiates.
Yeah,
with opiates.
So that might take care of like one or two of those, right?
Yeah.
But
then, I wouldn't think.
As that evidence of this bagel, he took a photograph of a bagel with a toaster and a knife.
Oh, well, that's compelling.
And then sent the photo to the medical council as evidence. But I'm pretty sure they saw like the timestamp and it was irrelevant.
A completely different day. Wasn't even the bagel he ate that day.
But that's my hand in the photo.
No, but why would you take a picture of a bagel that you're innocently eating, not realising what's going to happen? What they should have done, if he had legitimately eaten a bagel and could blame it on that, he still would have had poppy seeds in his teeth. Because you cannot get those suckers out. You know what I mean?
One other complaint they had against him. Someone complained that they said he's been using nitrous oxide recreationally. Now, what?
Laughing gas. Yeah.
Okay, that's laughing gas. That's the thing you put it.
Nitrous, yeah.
And he said he's
nanging himself.
I've not heard that word in 20 years.
Yes, you have.
He admitted to that, self-administering nitrous oxide, but it was to manage a panic attack.
Oh,
I totally agree.
Has he not heard of a brown paper bag?
Yeah.
Not as much fun, obviously.
So he's still banned.
So all of that, and he only gets a year?
Yeah. Well, this stage.
What do you have to do?
Yeah.
That's so great. Doesn't it give you a lot of faith in the medical fraternity?
Hopefully it's not coming back. But anyway, I just thought that was
good. Imagine his night started like he decided to just do some cocaine or something and he was right off and he thought, I'll bring myself down a level.
Yeah, some nitrous.
Took something else and then goes, I'm a bit flat now. Back up again.
It's a roller coaster.
Throw a bagel in between all that.
Sean has to reschedule his nose job now. Sorry. Sorry, mate.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.